A group of armed thugs, allegedly sponsored by the Nigerian government, attacked the #EndBadGovernance protesters in the nation's capital city, Abuja. In a viral video, the thugs were seen caught on camera wielding guns, machetes, and other dangerous unleashing terror against protesters in Abuja. And it was also reported how some operatives of the DSS and the Nigerian police invaded the peaceful protests at the Mashood Abiola Stadium in Abuja on Saturday and shot at a vehicle carrying journalists from the Premium Times and the cable newspaper. This came after hundreds of civilian protesters were attacked and raided from the venue by the lawless operatives of the Nigerian police force. And yes, at this point, they were shooting sporadically. Some of these journalists escaped because of the grace of God. The journalists and the protesters were doing their own thing. The journalists were trying to cover the protest. The protesters were protesting when the police force came in and started firing tear gas on them, tear gassing them on Saturday morning. It was also reported that at least 6 vehicles loaded with marks operatives of the DSS, the Department of the State Service, had taken over the Mashood Abiola Stadium in Abuja, where the #EndBadGovernance protest started on Saturday. So guys, these 6 vehicles were loaded with DSS and soldiers. And when they came down from these vehicles, they started chasing away protesters, those that were protesting. Everywhere turned upside down. People were running helter-skelter as the DSS operatives loaded their rifles, and they even threatened to fire at anyone who continues to protest. Guys, is this the kind of democracy we are practicing in Nigeria? This is the brand of democracy President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has given to Nigerians. It was reported that for the 3rd day in a row, a massive gathering of Lagos residents and the Take It Back movement converged in Ojota, Lagos State to continue the peaceful protest under the banner of the #EndBadGovernance in Nigeria. The protesters were protesting. Some were seen carrying power cards, expressing their grievances. Most inscriptions were written: hunger in the land, hunger day, Tinubu should reduce the price of fuel, #EndBadGovernance. People were expressing their discontent vocally. And it seems that the number of security agencies are quite much. They are large than people protesting. In this protest, if you can observe carefully, you will know that the people protesting, their numbers are little compared to the security agencies deployed to the protesting ground. What is really going on in Nigeria? What is going on in this country? It is so bad that most of these thugs are being sponsored by politicians. And most of these politicians are allegedly APC politicians. Because who else will sponsor these thugs to carry guns and machetes? And some of them, the most painful part, they are even working with the Nigerian police force. You can imagine. The Nigerian police force will be there. They will be looking at you, koro. A thug will come and harass you. Pim, they will not say anything. They won't do anything to stop that thug from intimidating Nigerians. They will never do anything. They will not. They will keep their hands to themselves and watch while thugs harass innocent protesters. Now only for Nigeria here, when they see all these kinds of things. Now only for Nigeria here, we they see all these kinds of things. It's too bad now. It's too bad. What kind of country are we living in Nigeria? Every day one complain, every day one complain. And the most funniest part of it all? The president has not even addressed this incident. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu failed to address all these attacks on Nigerians. Failed to address the attacks on journalists. You can imagine security personnel attacking journalists. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu failed woefully to address those that were injured, those that were killed during the peaceful protest, those that were attacked. journalists that were attacked during the peaceful protest. Only thing the president could do was to sympathize with the families of the protesters killed by the security agencies. But he failed to order the immediate arrest and the prosecution of those security agencies responsible for the killings in Kano, responsible for the killings in Abuja, responsible for the killings in Kaduna. Guys, I don't tire. This country, get as they be so. Nigerians are tired. Nigerians are tired of this country. What's happening? The president cannot even address all these things. Now, talking about the demands of Nigerians, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is said to have addressed Nigerians concerning the protests. He addressed the country in a long speech. And we all know what that speech meant now. But the main content that Nigerians were looking for, nobody saw it inside the speech. So you can't get as the thing be. It be like this protest go continue, my country people. It be like this protest go continue because wait till they use our APC for this country. It get as it be. A lot of people's lives have been, in fact, wasted because of this protest. And yet the president cannot order the investigation into those security agencies, those security agents, those security personnel that committed these heinous acts. They will be walking around scot-free because they are security personnel. They open arms on innocent citizens. But when it comes to Boko Haram, when it comes to terrorists, they will be the first person to run. Why is it so in Nigeria? Why is it that the security agencies can only flex muscles on innocent Nigerians? But when it comes to the main terrorists in this country, the people disturbing the peace of Nigeria, you will never see them. You will never, ever, ever see them. Guys, this is bad now. This is bad. What kind of country are we living in? Nigeria is doomed though. Nigeria is doomed. That's why people are coming out to protest. Enough of this bloodshed now. Enough of this bloodshed. The president should do something about it. Even the governors in those states should do something. The governor of Kaduna State, the governor of Kano State must call for the prosecution of those police officers that opened live ammunition. Even the minister of the FCT, we know that Nyesom Wike is already compromised. He wouldn't speak against the ills that was done against the people of the FCT, the people of Abuja. He wouldn't speak against it. After all, Wike said he warned Nigerians not to come out and protest. So that one does not bother Nyesom Wike. Guys, this is really, really unfortunate, I must say. And it's a very sad and a painful one. It's a painful one. Guys, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.